This elective, it is about how public policy decisions are taken, specifically in an international environment like the European Commission. In particular, we take the competition policy example in order to give, on the one hand, an understanding of the competition, economic and legal issues, but also to give the students a perspective on how these type of decisions are taken.
I chose the elective because as a student of global governance, it's interesting to know more about how policy making is done inside the EU, specifically which are the challenges and which are the threats.
I may want to work in the EU in the future, and I believe it's a relevant course to take.
The main objective here is to put them at the center of the work. So it's not that much that I will be explaining them how things work, but to force them to think how things are gonna be done in practice. So basically, we try to put them in front of case studies, specific decisions of antitrust or merger control or state aid, decisions about subsidies for digitalization, subsidies for decarbonization of the economy.
I believe using cases as a teaching method is probably the most useful. It makes you feel more important in the sense that what I'm learning today is actually something that I'm going to work in and do in the future.
It shows how it's important to connect the EU with external markets like the US one and the Chinese one.
Having a small group of students is very helpful because it allows to interact with each of them in a more personal way, to know each other, to understand much better what their personal perspective is.
This gave space for giving our opinions and for having feedback from the professor.
I believe that the cases we have used are very relevant. Our teacher, since he works in the EU himself, he knows how it works, how the system operates, the processes behind policy making, and overall has given us a helpful insight in this sector.